She answered phones, filed paperwork, made coffee runs, and typed memos from a small desk in the corner. For over 50 years, she worked as a secretary at the same law firm, quiet, polite, invisible to most. She never earned more than $40,000 a year, lived in a modest apartment, wore simple clothes. No one ever imagined that she was building one of the greatest fortunes the stock market had ever seen. When she passed away, she left behind $8 million. She didn't win the lottery, didn't start a company. She just bought stocks and never stopped. Before we unpack how she did it, take a second to breathe in this story, because it might just change how you think about money forever. This is Wealth by Noah, where the quiet become kings and the underestimated become unforgettable. If stories like this speak to you, hit subscribe and stay until the end, because the best part is always the lesson. Her name was Grace Groner, born in 1909. She lost both her parents by age 12, was raised by neighbors in Lake County, Illinois, and learned early what it meant to live with little. But she never let that hard beginning define her future. She worked hard through school, got a scholarship, and graduated from Lake Forest College in 1931. During the Great Depression, when jobs were scarce, she was hired as a secretary at Abbott Laboratories, a pharmaceutical company just beginning to grow. She held that job for over 40 years, never asked for a raise, never changed careers. She just showed up, did her work, and quietly made a decision that would change everything. In 1935, she bought 3 shares of Abbott stock. Each share cost her $60. She held on to them, year after year, decade after decade. Whenever she got dividends, she reinvested them. Whenever the company split shares, she kept them. And while others sold during panics, Grace never touched her portfolio. She lived in a tiny one-bedroom house, bought clothes at thrift stores, never owned a car, walked everywhere, ate simple meals at home. Her friends sometimes asked if she ever wanted more, a bigger house, a vacation. But she'd just smile and say, "I have everything I need." She never married, had no children, no heirs, but her time was filled with purpose. She volunteered, helped others, and quietly grew her fortune. On weekends, she'd walk to the park, feed the birds, and bring books for the children who played nearby. She became a quiet fixture in her neighborhood, always present, always humble. By the time she passed away in 2010, her initial investment had grown to over $7 million, almost entirely in Abbott stock. She left the entire amount to Lake Forest College to fund scholarships for students who couldn't afford tuition. No headlines, no interviews, just a handwritten note and a legacy. Her gift shocked everyone, professors, alumni, even her closest friends, because they never saw her as wealthy. Just Grace, the woman who wore old shoes and sent birthday cards with $5 inside. But she had done something extraordinary, without ever announcing it. She showed the world that you don't need a high income to build high impact, just consistency, time, and the patience to let your money grow quietly. Grace Groner wasn't flashy. She was focused. She didn't seek status. She created substance. And that's the difference between looking rich and becoming free. Today, dozens of students walk through the doors of Lake Forest College every year. paid for by a woman they never met, whose name they read on a small plaque. Next to a tree she used to sit under after work. Sometimes, after a long day, a student stops by that tree, reads her name and wonders who she was, never knowing how one quiet decision made decades ago could change the course of their life. Her life was small on the outside, but massive in impact. If this story moved you, share it with someone who thinks they need to be born into wealth to create it, and subscribe for more stories of quiet power and hidden greatness. Because sometimes, the richest investor in town is the one who never changed jobs and never raised her voice. And in the end, maybe that's what real wealth looks like. The power to change lives quietly, long after you're gone.